Yeah, I think I mentioned to the guys after the game, obviously they held them to 10 points. Our defense was much better in the second half, I think, just in general, but obviously a big defensive fourth quarter. We said this all along since I've been here. That was a culture win. That's what teams do, that believe in the culture and the character of the players, and you hold them accountable, and they buy into everything you're doing. And to me, that was a culture win.
I guess some people would look at the fact that you scored 16 points in that stretch, but the fact that you held them scoreless for more than 6 minutes, I'm sure that's what you'll be focusing on and what you were happiest about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we say all the time that our defense travels. When you're on the road, you have to defend. This team obviously is dangerous with a lot of scorers out there, and we just kind of steadied the ship and got ourselves right and made a few big plays to get over the hump. But I just thought that we guarded our yard very well, kept the ball at the paint for the most part, and contested at the three-point line, and made enough shots. And kudos to these guys. They played very well tonight in a very gritty win.
Sometimes you do get some special offensive performances. And what the man next to you did tonight was a pretty special offensive game as well.
Yeah, I thought, I just said to one of the coaches on the way out, I thought it was his best offensive game, actually, because it was very easy. He didn't force a lot of things, and he took just about every shot that I thought he should take, and he was right, I think, in his sweet spot of where he should be and what he should be doing. And he exhausted himself in the beginning of the third and asked to come out, and then came back in. And that's all we're asking for these guys to do, is just show up, be accountable, and do your job. And I thought he was fantastic tonight.
And Josh, I think Scott summed it up perfectly. You were aggressive when you needed to be, which helped your outside shooting to help get that little bit of space. And you're getting that balance right. How good did you feel out there tonight?
Yeah, I felt really good. A lot of these guys on the team were setting some really clean up screens that were opening up some lanes for me to get downhill, and at the same time my shot was feeling good. But when I'm able to get to the rim early on, my shot starts to feel good. These guys are setting crazy screens. They can't help off too much from really anybody on this team, and that opens up the floor wide open for me. So I got to give the credit to all those guys in the locker room. They got me in some actions that I'm comfortable in, and the coaches as well.
From your point of view, from the point when you were down 6 early in that fourth quarter, how were you able to turn it around at both ends of the floor and go on that run that you did?
Culture. This is a team that bends but never really breaks, and there's a lot of teams that we've played against that we just keep grinding, and eventually they break, but we never do, or rarely do. And that's a tribute to what our staff has done and a culture that we've been building for 8 or 9 months now. And that's the reason that we're able to come out on top of these games.
I spoke to your captain yesterday about how all you have to worry about is just keep playing well and keep winning games, and the rest of it will take care of itself. I mean, do you sometimes pinch yourself that you've been able to come together so well as a group from virtually scratch and now 5 games to go in the season, and there's really no ceiling on what you can achieve?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that just goes back to the culture. We got out to Australia as a team earlier than a lot of people did, and we just started building something. And I think that we worked on the right things early on, and then now everything else that needed to come together as a team is coming to fruition later on in the season when it needs to. But we put together a great team. The staff that has been working for the Jack Jumpers for over a year away from their families put together a great team, great staff, and have built an incredible culture. So it's really a top to bottom credit to everybody that's involved in this program.
Must be excited now about Sunday, getting back home, playing against a Sydney Kings team that, along with you, is probably the hottest team in the league. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Are you looking forward to playing in it?
We're looking forward to playing in the next game every time, and the next game was Adelaide tonight. I'm really proud of what these guys and myself were able to do in this game. So we're going to look at this film, get some rest, travel back, and take away the good points, correct some of the bad points that were hurting us in the first half, and then we'll just focus on whatever game comes next. But this game was today, so we're going to focus on it for now and get some recovery in, and then just get back to Hobart and get back to work.
We play on Sunday? Oh, we do play on Sunday.
We do.
No, listen, these guys have been through the process, and for me it's every day saying the same thing, just one game at a time. To be honest with you, I haven't watched any video on Sydney or anything. Our whole main concentration this week was Adelaide. And Josh said it, we'll flip the page and enjoy the evening and get to work tomorrow and come up with a game plan to go play on Sunday. And credit to these guys that the game obviously will be exciting for us to be playing in our first year. It's not life or death, but I think that these guys are more than willing to go out there and showcase everything they've been doing, and we're excited to go play on Sunday.
You're in a similar position with a little bit less travel this week than last week, but you showed a lot of character to be able to win twice in such a short turnaround last week. Does that give you confidence that you'll be able to do, at least, from a physical point of view, you'll be in pretty good shape come Sunday?
Yeah, for me, I can't speak for Josh or the other players, but I think players like to play with some kind of rhythm of knowing that they're playing, and I think they'd rather play than practice really at the end of the day. And to have some recovery this evening and all day to recover, I think it's just natural. It's their job to go play, and I think the more they play, the more they enjoy that than me yelling them at practice about playing defense. So we'll recover. It's a little bit shorter flight, which is helpful, but we'll just enjoy this evening right now.
You're pretty confident, Josh, from a physical point of view, you'll all be as good as you can be come Sunday?
Yeah, we're going to address any aches and pains that we have tonight. Really focus on hydrating and keeping the legs loose on this flight home. But yeah, we have a great staff, great physio, great strength coach that's able to get us ready. So we're going to make sure that we stay professional and stay on top of anything that's bothering us and just get back to work.